What is your 2018 video game recommendation of the year? This thread is proof that AskReddit is a better gaming sub than R-Gaming. To be fair, anything's a better gaming sub than R-Gaming. I had a couple pork sliders for lunch that were better gaming subs than R-Gaming. Dead Cells. There's a reason a little roguelike side-scroller took Best Action Game at the Game Awards. It's because it's amazing and addictive. It was so good that two people said the exact same thing. Except one got fired. Edit. Silver A. Not bad for a first reward. Can someone explain this comment? RimWorld. No other game lets you feed people to people. Human skin hats? Check. Dramatic survival? Check. Sense of hopelessness interrupted by comedy and/or short sweet success? Check. Taking those who killed your friends as prisoners and harvesting their organs like the dogs they are? Check. Mental breaks that cause your colonists to destroy the entire settlement? Check. Mods? Oh hell yeah? Check. Edit. Many games let you feed people to people. Apparently. But I could not think of any at the time. Edit 2. My top-rated comment. To the moon. Thanks everyone. I have too much trouble just letting go and soldiering on. The end of most of my games was more of a personal end than an actual, you can't proceed any further kind of end. Like, everybody is dead except for that raider I recruited a while back. I could keep playing. I could let the story play out. Or, asterisk new game asterisk. Rootin' tootin' cowboy shootin' too. Ah yes, the spiritual successor to Steely Wheelie Automobile 5. I'm going to say Divinity. Original Sin 2. It's a different style of game from most big titles, but is one of the most fleshed out games on the market and has a great story, fun combat, true decision making and phenomenal replayability. Beat Saber. If you have VR Gold, edit. Thank you kind stranger. Exclamation mark. DH excited. Super Mario Bros. 2 baby still the king after all these years. Oh god, this made me remember Donkey's Best of 2018 vid should be coming soon. HNGHH. Factorio. Edit. Thank you so much for Platinum Monsieur. Like WTF dude, that is crazy. Factorio deserves it though. Ah, you mean Automated Obsession Machine. It's only stolen 6,230 hours of my life. What's your favorite part about it? I like how it makes me feel like an absolute idiot who shouldn't be in charge of anything. So many games make you feel like you could survive the apocalypse or run an galactic empire. This game is like, bro. Mid-level management is the best you can hope for maybe. Hitman 2 looks like it's gonna be a sleeper hit again. It's an amazing game, but the learning curve is a bit steep for people who doesn't like to play the same level multiple times, but once you figured out the mechanics you really feel like a hitman. Honestly, they did a good job adding in-game walkthroughs for the story missions. I usually play the first time on my own, then go back and hit whatever story bits it recommends by using the in-game story tracker. Works well. Slay the Spire. Really great game that scratches the deck building, card game itch in a pretty novel way. Also doesn't completely rob you by making you pay hundreds of dollars to unlock cards. My only complaint is I'm not a fan of some of the stuff they've added. Like the heart. Feels like it limits the number of winnable decks too heavily. Haven't seen anyone else suggest it, so Pavlov VR. It's like CSGO in VR, and it's really fun. Garfield Kart. The bad rats of this generation, a diamond in the rough. Stardew Valley. I put more time into that than Zelda BOTW or any other Switch title. So relaxing and easy to pick up. Into the Breach. It came out early 2018, so I just hope people haven't forgotten about this one. It's from the developers of FTL. I personally never really got into FTL, partly because of the randomness of it all. ITV is very different, and has almost no random elements. Going through the game doesn't need to take too long, if you go for 2 island victory. But the game is just so fun and satisfying to play. All of the different squads work completely differently in going for those challenges to unlock more squads just works. I fell in love with some of the squads I never knew I would like because I had to try them out and get those coins. Subnautica. It's beautiful, sometimes terrifying, and has a surprisingly great story. Edit. And apparently it's free on the Epic Games Store through the 27th. God of War for sure. Spider-Man. The story is great. Art style is really nice. Good soundtrack. I really felt like Spider-Man. But did you feel like Spider-Man? Whoa, you can play as Spider-Man in this game. Smash Ultimate. Fallout 3. I'm behind. Very, very behind. Patient Gamers, if you haven't seen it yet. Yes, as folks at Patient Gamers would really welcome you there. It's a fun sub in which being behind is seen as a good thing. You get to play fully patched games, free from novelty bias, and discover old hidden gems. Return of the Obra Dinn. It's a murder mystery where the game is puzzling out what happened to the crew of a ship that turns up after being missing for years. The music could use some work, but on the whole it's a very solid game. Edit. Wow, this blew up while I was at work. Haha, I'm ecstatic to see so many people love the game. It really deserves the praise. 1000% Celeste. Hollow Knight. Probably not getting much traction here because it actually released in 2017. But still an amazing game. Yakuza 0. Awesome story. Fun gameplay. A lot of games you find yourself in situations where you go, why the fuck would my character say or do that? But in Yakuza everyone acts logically. I played it right after Horizon Zero Dawn and liked Yakuza far better. Yakuza 0 was definitely a great experience. Not sure I'd play it twice though. Got sick of hunting for sake and alcohol the second time around. Red Dead Redemption 2. I love this game so much. The story is wonderful. The set pieces are fun. The musical cues are seriously top-notch. And there's as much content as you really want to bite off. It took me the better part of a month and a half to finally finish it off. It's not a perfect game. I really dislike how they handled the challenge system, for example. And I understand some of the criticisms of it. But man, I loved the hell out of the game. Monster Hunter World. Dark Souls Bloodborne-ish. Style punishing combat against giant, beautiful, unique monsters. Edit. I want to clarify a couple of things based on some of the comments. 1. I'm saying that MHW has DSBB-ish combat. The ish means it holds similarities but isn't the same. Both are action RPGs with a focus on tough boss fights. In both games your moveset comes from your weapon choice as opposed to class selection, and instead of unlocking more abilities as you level up, you learn the nuances of the weapon you are using. Combat in both series is slow and mediated when compared to most other action RPGs on the market. Button mashing will get you nowhere and is completely unsatisfying. Instead, both games use a stamina-based system where timing, positioning and countering are necessary and rewarding. 2. Yes, I know the MH games predate DS games. Some people seem pissed that I would dare use DS to describe MH combat because the MH series predates DS. That's not the point. Most gamers know what DS combat is like. MH not so much, because until World it hasn't been very accessible to most gamers. This thread asked people to post their personal game recommendation of 2018. Monster Hunter World is mine. Don't be pissed if it's not yours or you didn't like the game. Furthermore, most of the hate for this game seems to come from DS fans that are disappointed this game isn't DS with a different skin, or from veterans of older MH games whose expectations haven't been met with World or think a few hundred hours of content isn't enough. My blanket recommendation is that people should actually learn a little bit about what they're buying before they buy it and complain it isn't what they wanted. It's not like anyone's being forced to buy Only reason I haven't bought this game is because I'm scared about how many 100 hours it's going to take from my life. Hitman 2. Everyone already knows God of War is amazing. Everyone is already playing Red Dead. Hitman 2's release was kinda drowned out. If you like games made by developers who actually care about how enjoyable their games are, Hitman 2 is for you. IO have even decided to leave in certain bugs, issues because of how funny they are, and how much fans seem to enjoy them. There are no microtransactions. There is no in-game currency. All items must be unlocked by playing the game. Granted, there is time-limited content such as elusive targets, but I defy you to find a more thrilling, anxiety-inducing gaming experience than when you have covertly assassinated someone in a building full of armed guards and the only thing standing between you and a shiny new suit reward is making it to the exit without being compromised. IO went through hell to get the game made. They got dumped by their longtime publisher Square Enix, but did everything in their power to obtain the rights for Hitman from SE so they could continue to develop Hitman 2 because they love Hitman, and because they had already promised it to players. They had to lay off a ton of staff and take some shortcuts such as not animating cutscenes in order to get the game made. But they did it. IO listened to fan feedback and did away with the episodic format of 2016's Hitman game. They brought back the weapons briefcase because fans wanted it, even though they had to rebalance the whole game to make it work. They've added tons of features and items requested by fans, and they've even designed maps based on what players have been asking for, the Whittleton Creek map being the most obvious example of a map designed purely as fan service, considering it features nearly everything suggested and requested by fans, and is named after arguably the most beloved mission of the franchise, which also takes place in a suburban neighborhood and new life. The new one is called Another Life. Hitman 2 is a labor of love, and an example of a developer who cares more about its fans than about making money. They easily could have monetized the content in the game. The inventory screens are set up perfectly for microtransactions, but they opted to stay true to gamers. Might even be the reason SE dropped the Buy Hitman 2. IO deserves your money, and we need to reward their type of business model. You, my friend, just made a sale for IO. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.